Jarrod, Lyle, good morning.
Morning, Neil. Thanks for having me on.
Well, thanks for talking. Did it feel like a dream playing on the weekend?
Yeah, it did. It was something that, in all honesty, I didn't think I was going to make the cut when I went there earlier in the week. But, the golf game held up really well, and I fought back the first day where, the round was going bad, and I made a couple of birdies late in the round to have a reasonable score, and then played really solid the second day and made the cut by 2 shots. So it was nice sort of leaving the golf course Friday afternoon knowing that I was going to come back on Saturday.
It is an extraordinarily tough thing to do, not only mentally but physically as well, to get out and play 4 rounds of tournament golf. How did your body hold up?
Yeah, I'm absolutely exhausted right now. So the most I'd done was 4 days walking, and this week was 5 days, including the Pro-Am on the Wednesday. So I knew I was in a bit of trouble yesterday morning when I went to Baker's Delight to get some bread and had Lucy on my shoulders and was walking up a slight little hill near the hotel and thought, I'm in a bit of trouble here. And I got around, but I was getting slower and slower as the holes came along. But, it was nice to be out there, and obviously disappointing to finish the way I did yesterday, but I think fatigue got the better of me.
So what did you have yesterday? What was your score yesterday?
I had 79 yesterday, so I broke 80, which was good. But I just got off to a bit of a rough start, and played good in the middle, and then just fatigue at the end took over. But look, it was just great to be able to play 4 days and see all the fans and family and friends out there who were supporting me through this whole thing, and to look into the crowd and see all those faces, it made the journey around a little bit easier.
Well, it's interesting you mentioned on the last day having an 8 over. I heard Adam Scott yesterday saying, if you're going to make bad errors, you'll make them on the last day. So it's not just somebody like yourself who's a bit rusty. And he had a couple of shockers too yesterday.
Yeah, well, look, I got my money's worth anyway out of Royal Melbourne yesterday, so I saw parts of Royal Melbourne I didn't know existed.
So what did you end up for the tournament?
I finished 8 over par for the tournament, so I think that was about tied 57th or 58th or something, so I was down the bottom end of the field, but, I felt like I was at the top end when I'd finished anyway.
But it's taken it out of you. You're wiped.
Yeah, and I've got to play a Pro-Am today that I'm hosting down at the Sands in Torquay. So we're doing this Pro-Am in golf carts, which is the best idea I think we've ever come up with.
Are you still having treatment of any sort?
No. I'm still just taking a couple of pills every day, but no treatment as such, which is nice. And the health is going well. I was at the doctor's a couple of Thursdays ago, and all the blood work and stuff came back really nice, and the doctor was very happy where everything was situated, so it was nice.
It must really put a different perspective on golf, though. I mean, golf's a great game, and it's challenging, and it gets you tense and everything, but it doesn't really matter in the end, does it?
No, it doesn't. Yesterday, as I said, I got off to a bad start, and I was fine, I thought, well, I'm behind the 8 ball from the start, but, it was nice to sort of try and fight back and things, but it was just great to be out there and playing and feeling competitive again and getting amongst the, tournament golf again.
I saw you on the first tee on the first day. Pretty emotional?
Yeah, mate. Look, it was one of those things that I think, the last 20 months all sort of came together at the same time, and it was nice just to obviously let it out and hit that first tee shot and just put it behind me and go, okay, well, those 20 months are done now. It's time for me to, really knuckle down and get back to the golf. And, it's unfortunate, I had to cry in front of everybody, but I guess it was just one of those things that it was my way of letting everything out. And, it was, I guess in a way tears of joy more than tears of sadness.
Geez, I don't think anybody would deny you the right and the privilege of crying on the first tee. After an effort like that. Through the 20 months of treatment, did you ever doubt that you'd get there?
Yeah. Oh, mate, I doubted it quite a bit, to be honest. It was tough for me this time around to get back. Things took a lot longer to, I guess, recover after the treatment. But there was something in the back of my mind that I always wanted to get back to, and, whether I played competitive golf again or just, golf at your local club, whatever it is, it still means the world to me to be out there playing golf. And, you know, it was something that was always in the back of my mind, but I was happy with, you know, the decision if, you know, I never got to play golf again. I was happy that I could, you know, step away and go, well, you know, I've achieved a fair bit in my short career, and I would be happy with that. But, you know, it's nice to be back out there and doing it again.
Does it give you aims or ambitions now that you've got through that tournament?
Yeah, it does. It's probably brought things maybe a little bit more forward, you know, in terms of going back competitively full time. There's still some health things that need a little bit of attention every now and then, but nothing that's too, you know, I guess, life-threatening in a way. But, you know, seeing the way I played this week and seeing how well I hit it and got around the golf course, you know, things are looking good, and now it's just time for me to sort of, I guess, sit down in a couple of days and reflect on what happened and sort of rate all areas of my game and fitness and all that kind of stuff, and I guess give it a rating and see what needs work and what doesn't, and you know, potentially how long it's going to take to get myself back to full strength. Any
idea what your next tournament is?
No, it's still sort of up in the air a little bit. I need to really sit down and just go through everything and just see where everything's at, and then I can make a bit more of a smarter decision on when I can play my next tournament and go from there.
Well, good on you. I was talking to your dad last week. I assume there'd be a few tears from others on the odd day there too.
Yeah, there was. It was quite touching to see Andrew Langford-Jones out there, who's the head rules guy for the Australasian PGA Tour. He came up to me after the first round and he said, "It's so good to have you back." And then he looked at me and he had tears streaming down his face. He goes, "You just do it to me every time." He said, "We just can't, you know, we're just so grateful to have you back." And you know, that was from someone who, you know, pretty much looks after you when you're out there on tour with, you know, rules and stuff like that. To see his emotion of having me back, it sort of, I actually felt quite moved at that time that, you know, he thought that much of me that I brought him to tears by my playing golf.
Well, look, you've touched a lot of people. You've given people who are going through similar things some hope and some ambition, and as you know, that's a pretty crucial thing to give them.
Well, it is, mate. It's you know, you've just got to be positive, and that's the thing that got me through, was being positive and just, I guess, having something to look forward to, and whether, you know, that's golf for some people, or whether it's going to watch footy, or, you know, going back to work or something, you need that focus at the end to keep striving for, and golf and my daughter and my wife were the things that, you know, that I strive for every day I was in hospital. So it's, you know, having something like that, I think, definitely helps.
Good on you. Congratulations, and thank you for speaking with us.
No worries, mate. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Jarrod Lyle, the Australian golfer in the Masters at the weekend, made the cut, finished 8 over for the tournament, made the cut, which was his dream. And I spoke to him November last year when it was just a dream, but he's done it, and good on him. Cancer comebacks, that's what it's about. Comebacks from that sort of treatment, the fear and everything else that goes with it.